Hello and welcome, people of the internet. Starshot Sky back to stream today. Um, well, yesterday, or pretty much back on Friday, when I finally got to some streaming, we pretty much checked out everything we missed out on for Fortnite, or at least I did, since there was plenty I did missed, like the cube becoming part of the lake, a few new rune spots, some new gear, and stuff like that. But now, with things kind of winding down and Fortnite being the way it is, uh, I'll maybe go back to it or check it out again once the new season starts. Since I've kind of picked up what I kind of were interested in or wanted to see for the most part, and it seems like the game itself is kind of like maybe not as many people are playing it as much, or at least in my mind it seems that way. But I could just be losing interest in it either way. Hmm. Is that working? Yeah, it should be. Okay, yeah, it's just maybe it doesn't make it as obvious to sounding to me at least. But either way, so. But lately I've been getting pretty big into Dota 2. I played it a little bit before I left for my trip, and I recently actually just got to Star 3 for Crusader here. I played a few matches the other day, and as you can see, I won most of them, which let me get up to where I am now. Uh, and I also ended up picking up Dota Plus, just to help me out a little and to give me a little bit of insight or some tips. And of course, some of the bonus stuff is nice too. And I do have some wins in ranked role games, which I think have really helped out in getting people kind of situated to what they want to do. Like, for example, as you can see here, both support and off lane, and safe lane and mid lane, so you can kind of choose the lane you want to be in right away, so people kind of know what you're gonna play, and hopefully that'll narrow things down, and people will kind of know what sort of team to make. So I usually go with the off lane because that's just kind of how things. Uh, Sorry, I'm still trying to get over my jet lag a bit. They say it takes about for every hour difference between where you are and where you go is about equal to a day or so, and that seems to be holding true for me right now, sadly. So, but let's go ahead and get a ranked match with roles started, as I'm pretty good with the offlane, either as a Venomancer, Night Stalker. I've done some good success with. If I really need to, I can go as Phantom Lancer, depending. But, I think I like my role as a carry. I feel like I'm a secondary carry, like someone who's the backup to the original carry in case the one we have isn't doing so well or we need the extra damage. So, but we'll see kind of how this goes. I'll be curious how much more they'll work on Dota Plus, since it sounds like it's taking over the Battle Pass. But it would be nice if they would maybe update the rewards. Let's see, Bless rewards, like it would be nice if they could update this. Oh, here we go. Like, I'm thinking of maybe picking up how to play Timbersaw. Like, I have a basic idea how he plays, but I would be curious to kind of give him a try, since it's definitely been a while since I last played as a Timber, but I think he can be really good. Or at least a little bit better than I feel like Night Stalker can be sometimes. Of course, the advantage to Night Stalker is mostly his vision he can get during the night. True vision is really powerful, which is why there's really only two heroes that have it. Night Stalker and the Keeper of the Light. They're both pretty powerful, just being able to see everything around you all the time. And but of course, our friend Timbersaw here can be pretty strong against both Keep Protector, yeah, Treant Protector, as well as the Monkey King, just because they both utilize trees quite a bit. I can't think of anyone else though that you know, but it's also good just to get people out of hiding too.
Your turn to ban.
Well, let's go ahead and ban Invoker.
5 seconds remaining.
Eh, yeah, I was playing Spirit Breaker for a while, but sadly it looks like they banned him. But I'm feeling like maybe giving Timbersaw a try.
Your turn to pick.
So, and the other nice thing about ranked roles is that they, you know, set up 2 supports, 1 offlaner, 1 mid laner, and then a safe lane. So everyone kind of
10
has their
seconds
roles.
remaining. Your turn to pick.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely going Timbersaw if there's going to be our friend, the Treant Protector here. I think I'll go for this challenge for today. I think that would be good.
Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick.
Oh, wow, we are dealing with one, two, three Archons, and we only have 2 on our side. But I think this should be a pretty good matchup so far. We have our Phantom Lancer here, who seems to be, you know, who at least he's the Archon 3, so hopefully he knows what he's doing playing Phantom. And we got our Earthshaker, so that should help out. Yeah, I guess I also need to consider, like, if I do really get into him, I might pick up his special costume before it disappears. Since it doesn't
Your
look like I
turn
really
to
have
pick.
anything right now. Just making sure my loadout was right. Well, let's see. So we got, oh, we we got both Monkey and Treant. Wow. So I'm perfect for this team, at least with those 2.
What do you mean there's trees out there? Are you sure about this?
So we got
Prepare for battle.
refractive armor as my first one, which I can see why. It would help
That
me
is
stay alive.
This one is in the bag.
coming. Yeah, yeah.
It's in the bag.
I'm because I'm playing with a new hero. I don't want to risk losing my 10 win streak here with my prediction. Because I'm definitely not used to playing him, and one of the things you have to get used to is the Timber Chain combined with Whirling Death.
30 seconds to battle.
So, but this should be a pretty good matchup, at least for me. Let's see. Zeus might have some issues with Bounty Hunter or Monkey King. We'll see.
Okay. Oh,
The battle begins.
are
Of
trees
course.
everywhere.
So I'll definitely need to pick up some wards if we're going to be dealing with our friend Bounty here in the off lane, or safe lane for some reason, even though Monkey should be around here.
That one looks angry. I don't know. What if they get me?
Yeah, sadly I won't be able to do much until I get a bit more gold and levels here.
Yes. I don't know. That'll do. Why me?
How high does it go right now? Oh, it goes up to 10.
Oh, okay.
Hmm,
Courage.
weird, I thought it went up to 10, but... Oh, stack duration, that's what that said. Oh, that was really bad. Here we go.
This ain't for me. Attack!
Yeah, I do more damage when I can hit a tree along with the blade here. I should probably pick up my boots here just to get a bit more speed. Man, this guy's getting annoying. Darn it.
That's what happens when I run.
Blade still not sharpened. I don't know.
Where'd he go? I wasn't sure if he could jump up or not. I still got 30 seconds. Well, at least I'm still alive. Yeah, definitely. Sadly, I didn't. I used up a bit more mana than I thought I would. Yeah, I'm dead. Be nice if we could get a gank, but I think he went bot.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I guess that's the only problem in with burst damage is a lot easier to try and take Timber down. Which is kind of why you rely on the armor to try and keep you alive for what the hits you do get. And until I get my ult, sadly I can't do as much.
Your middle tower is under attack.
What if they get me?
bottom tower is under attack.
No, this is always a problem.
What if
Middle
it hit me?
is missing.
What was that sound? Yeah, yeah.
Darn it. Okay, I think I'm done being top now because I'm just fodder for this set here.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Why me? Yes. That one looks angry. That one looks angry. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sadly I'm not really fast enough yet.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Your bottom your bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need something for all the magic damage this team has. Or I'm gonna keep dying like this. He's dead.
Until you wouldn't believe where I've been, you know. No one knows. Stay back.
Tower is under
Finally. At least I finally have that, and now I can work on my bloodstone next. Or I should probably work on at least a hood with this team that I'm dealing with here.
What if they get me?
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Don't lump everyone together, buddy.
Bottom tower has fallen.
They're all here. Or at least 4 of them are.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen.
Yeah, it looks like we have two people up top right now, but
Your
they
top
seem to
tower
be
is
backing
under
away.
I don't know. That one looks angry.
attack. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Do I have to?
Spell amplification. Yeah, it seems probably a good one to use for what he mostly is.
Yes. I don't know. Why me? What was that sound? What is it? Yes. Stay back. Yeah, yeah.
Dire's structure. Your middle tower is under attack.
He does not know how.
It's great to be back.
Your bottom tower has
Yes.
fallen.
Are you sure about this? Do I have to?
Your middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. That one looks angry. Yeah, yeah. What if they get me?
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's structures are fortified.
Well, at least I am surviving a bit better now, but definitely still need more gold or something.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's really been working, hasn't he?
structures are fortified.
Yoink.
Your top tower is under attack.
What if they get me? Oh.
Your top tower. Your top tower. Your top tower is under attack.
Running.
What the heck? I thought I could get away from him, but he was able to keep up with me and I ran out of mana. Really need to get better at the grapple thing. Well, at least I finally got the damage up. I should probably maybe work on the Ring of Health and Void Stone next, just to have some sort of regen.
Do I have to? Are you sure about this? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Whoa. Seriously? Sadly, we just couldn't seem to get together as a team to do anything. Hmm. So much anger. And it's not like the Sand King wasn't able to do much better. But, as you know, as Timber saw, I was definitely noob in kind of my play, but I thought it was a good pick for our friend Treant Protector here. But they seem to have quite a bit of burst on me. But like, I'm off lane, so they shouldn't be relying on me in the first place. Or they shouldn't be super reliant on me. But, you know, and I tried to stay alive, but I kept getting killed by our Monkey King friend here, who definitely knew what he was doing. But I'll just have to maybe try Timber as a different pick for another time, and like, I'm not sure if he's one I like. He can be fun when things are going well, but uh, he sort of feels like one of those heroes that can easily be countered, like unless he gets the farm. But and sadly I just couldn't play him well enough to probably make up for just how bad things were going. But there's not much you can do when you go into a losing or into a spiral like that. So I'll just have to maybe stick with what I'm a bit better with and see how things go from there. Like, I'm a bit better with Tiny and Night Stalker, so I'll try that for next time. But let me go ahead and do a quick bathroom break and be right back. Well, let's go ahead and give this another try. As I said, I'll probably pick something else next time, and you know, Timbersaw is definitely one of those heroes you have to spend a bit more time practicing with. Since I'm sure there are plenty of moves I could have tried to do more with, but oh well. Let's move on to something else that I have a bit more experience with in terms of who to play. Like, I guess I wouldn't mind doing Spirit Breaker again. I kind of have fun with him charging around, helping out. But yeah, just pretty much any time I'm kind of waiting for things to happen, and there's sadly not much to talk about or people to talk to. I always, like checking up on news, see what's going on gaming wise. I usually like perusing Polygon. I think they're a pretty good site most of the time. Uh, supposedly there's plenty of like they keep dropping hints and secrets for Fortnite, which again I can understand why with how big it is, but for the most part I'm more than happy to just simply wait to hear everything when the game or new season finally hits. Then of course I'll pick up the Battle Pass since I picked up or since I have the V-Bucks still after earning it. I also wouldn't mind playing Slark, but I guess, well, I guess he can be an offlane along with Ricky. Uh, but I guess it's kind of like we'll see kind of how things look. I guess I find Ricky is like he can be a carry or he can be pretty good for team fights because of how he works. But I sort of feel like the carry position should sometimes go to mid.
Your turn to ban. 5 seconds remaining. Your turn to pick.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I'll probably go Spirit. Because I've been having some decent success with him so far.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So we got our friend Lion. Yeah, I guess the biggest issue Breaker can have is pretty much someone stunning him before he hits his target. But usually you try to do it where they can't see you or hopefully they don't have their stun. And we
Your
already
turn
have
to pick.
Lion and
Your
Shadow.
turn to pick.
Hmm. I'm not
Your
sure if I
turn
want
to
to pick
pick.
up Spirit Vessel this time for Breaker or not. I'd rather maybe just try and get an early Echo Saber
Your turn to pick.
to deal with our friend Shadow and Lion there.
Boys, any suggestions? What should I pick?
Did he just seriously ask that? Hmm. Well, hopefully this team can work out alright. Depends on how good the Voodoo and the PA are. Or, depending on the... Oh yeah, I don't really need a magic wand, because I'm not around long enough most of the time.
I'll break their spirits and their backs.
Oh yeah, this is all in the bag.
As suggested.
Oh yeah, it's in the
The beast of all worlds.
Hmm.
Hello, hello. Checking, checking. Can you guys hear me?
But yeah, so I'm curious to try something out that I haven't done before. Like usually the build that people mostly go with is, or in the tier here, is the 5 armor, then 10 health, then 40 charge speed, or 400, then the 25% greater bash chance. I'm curious to do the 30% greater bash damage instead, instead of doing the charge. And maybe the 40 damage, but I guess so far the idea is with the bash is that ideal damage equal to the move speed I have.
One world is much like another.
The battle begins.
Yes,
Darn it.
I run rampant.
If only I could move a little faster, or if my stun could actually do damage instead of just, nothing at all. That's the only downside to going with that first instead of the other move, but it is what it is. And things will kind of start moving a bit once I get my next level here.
Attack. Defense. On this blade. Break you down.
I really need my next level here.
With a fury. I have the scent.
I don't quite understand how they already have a level. I didn't think they denied us that hard.
I charge.
Darn it. Can't believe he was able to hex me. Yeah, sadly, without me getting at least one more level here, I don't think I could have taken him. And I'm not quite sure why it's the Charge of Darkness that always gets the upgrades, because it doesn't do any more damage, it just simply stuns for a few seconds longer. Or not even for a few seconds, only for like a few milliseconds longer. Well, at least you got someone.
Can you charge bot? We can kill.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Well, that sort of worked out.
Your top tower is under attack.
Let's see. Oh. Darn it. I hate how long it takes for it to hit.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack.
One world is much like another.
Of course, the advantage of charging a lot faster does help in reaching certain spots, but
Look there.
Really? I feel like he moves way too quickly sometimes. Darn it. I still feel like I should be moving faster, but oh well. Darn it. I really hate how much faster she is than me, that I can't catch up to her no matter what. At least not until I get more in, you know, like the empowering haze probably.
Your middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
All paths lead to conflict.
There, at least I stopped that for the most part.
Correct.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I run rampant.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Finally.
Middle tower is under attack.
Upon this blade, between the plains.
I do suffer fools.
Yeah, sadly I won't be able to sneak up a bit better until I get that Shadow Blade.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower is under attack.
I have their scent.
Your top tower is under
I
attack.
charge ahead.
It's not a good idea sometimes, Phoenix. I'm not sure how Voodoo died there. Oh well. Let's see. I guess now that I have my Echo, I should probably consider getting the Blade Mail or just the Silver Edge. Go for that so I can tackle Bristleback whenever I need to. But with how much damage we're kind of getting from some of these enemies here, might be good to try and have something to return back to.
Dyer's courier has been killed.
Yeah, I definitely need the armor for this one. If I'm dealing with Bristle. On the physical damage from that at least.
Onward. Certainly. Between the plains.
Oh good, he got Queen, at least. Need to make sure I have TPs on hand though. I can use them to return back when I need to.
Feast of all worlds.
There we go.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah, this is going alright so far.
Where are you guys?
Already have his mask at least.
All paths lead to conflict.
Oh good, our courier. Or, no, it's their courier. Well, at least we did get the kill.
I'll settle. I run.
Okay, that's not gonna work. Sadly, he's getting big enough that he's a problem. Sadly, I don't have enough armor quite yet. At least he does. Somehow. Well, that was dangerous.
Tower is under attack.
There we go. Well, that worked out. Definitely a much better time than what I had before. Still a little bit more to go, sadly. Yeah, that wasn't really gonna work out very well. Need to probably just do some farming for now. Well, at least I got that to happen. Oh, that was interesting. Well, and another good trade, really. 4 for 2. Now, if I could only survive long enough to actually get my robe. But I definitely, like, I guess getting a BKB would be nice, just to avoid all the stuns. And magic stuff over a blade. Or edge, silver edge. But it's kind of one of those high-end, or high items that you sort of wonder how much you actually need or not, since you can tank things pretty well. But we'll see. Doesn't help that people keep stealing whatever farm I can try to get from these lanes. Okay, I did get my item delivered. I don't like that lion there. I would charge him if I knew he was alone. Yep. That's not a good place, Phoenix. Okay, that only... Okay, so that actually wasn't too bad. forgot to use my armor. Yeah, sadly that wasn't as good as other ones, that's for sure. Didn't help that I got stopped. What the? Well, that was weird.
On this blade. I charge ahead.
How do they keep jumping in like that? It's weird.
Yes. All paths lead to conflict.
Okay, I did not see that happen, or coming. That was kind of annoying. We did get Bristle, but it's still kind of annoying to deal with him without Silver Edge. Not sure what he was still doing around. Oh, good. She was able to get him.
Dire structures are fortified.
Yeah, it might be better to just go with Black King. But then charging in, it's all dependent on if they have any sort of vision or not.
I have their scent.
Radiant structures are fortified. Your top tower is under attack.
I'll still get it, because that will do, I think, a bit more for me than...
I run rampant.
Can't believe I was able to take all that. Oh, yeah, I think I'll go for the health. Still.
Look there.
Like, I understand in the usual build to get the charge speed because that just makes you run that much faster across the field to reach your destination. But I would think if you're kind of focusing on trying to get as much damage with your bash as possible, especially during the times when you're not charging, then it'd be good to have that other thing. Besides, I sort of did at least some basic math in my head, and the idea between the 400 charge and the 30% is about even in terms of the percentage. Now you do about the same amount, but the main difference would be that this would continue to improve your basic move speed as well, and not just reliant on the other stuff.
Your top tower is under attack.
Good, he was able to get that. I forgot to use my blade mail. Should have used it when I had the chance. But those stuns, always annoying to deal with. But at least I'm almost have enough here. Oh, it's just a fake.
I charge ahead. Indeed.
Damn it. Well, at least he's dead. So far, we came out so far since we got the extra kill, but why are you not attacking? Oh, you were waiting for that, but that was a bad idea because then he barbed. Yeah, Trying to solo BB is a difficult challenge. You kind of have to be able to have enough health, and then you have to watch out for the barbed armor. Darn it.
The beast of all worlds.
Well, that was close. Yeah, I definitely need to get Silver Edge if I'm gonna be able to do anything to him. Alright, let's go help you out, Phantom.
All paths lead to conflict. Of course.
Yeah, I was super low. I wasn't gonna get through that or kill him, or I was gonna die trying.
Is clear.
Darn it. Darn it. I should have barbed there. Maybe could use that X next talent tree. Wait, seriously? Oh yeah, forgot the Agadim staff. Yeah, I already bought back. I did what I could. quite sure what you're trying to do, Wind Ranger, because you can't hook someone to a statue. And you forgot to invis. Yeah, she's dead. BKB would have really helped, that's for sure. But I was hoping to survive well enough without it, but they just had so much disable. It was ridiculous. But sadly, that's what happens sometimes when you go up against a Hex or a Lion Shaman combo. You know, just having those two on your team survive long enough to do anything is ridiculous because of just all the disabling they can do. And that just allows all their other damage dealers to do what they want, and Bristleback's always really annoying. Like, we needed someone to directly counter Bristle. Like a Slark. Or, maybe Timbersaw. And sadly I'm still, as I said, recovering from jet lag a little bit, so I still have a bit more to deal with before I'm at full 100%, but I can still play a few more matches here and there. Maybe do some Night Stalker next to see if that works out better or not. Maybe the issue with Spirit Breaker is that he's not the best in team fights, but that's the same with Night Stalker as well. They're both kind of, people who pick off other heroes. So that's kind of how you sort of play it. You just sort of charge into someone and try to kill them as best you can. That's sort of what Lycan does too. Uh, but let me go and get some water and stretch my legs a little. It helps to keep the yourself moving a little bit during little breaks to try and keep yourself active and all that. So I'll be right back. Yeah, so far these last two games haven't worked out as well, but I guess it's sort of fortunate in the sense that I didn't predict that we were gonna win in those last two. It'd be nice if they gave me the setting to just have the music keep playing in the background. But they don't really seem to have that as far as I can tell in my audio options here. Yeah, they don't really have that option. Like, and then here's this option and all, but yeah. Oh well. Yeah, maybe I'll do either Night Stalker or Ricky next. Since, sadly things didn't work out with Spirit Breaker, but as I said, he's not as strong in the late game, especially because he's more focused on an enemy, so he's there to initiate and to get things started. But that doesn't always mean he can follow through sometimes. And depending on how the team layout is as well, I could go Slark too. You know, Slark is also pretty powerful against strength heroes, so I usually, like a rule of thumb for me is if they have three different strength heroes on their team, then I normally go with Slark if no one else has banned him or chosen him. This is normally what I do. Otherwise, I just go with someone else like Ricky or Night Stalker or Venomancer. And if really need be, Phantom Lancer. How long is this supposed to stick around? Has some cool stuff, but nothing I'm really hot to try and pick up. I'd rather do the stuff for the Dota Plus and all. And I do like how the silver fox here is. It is kind of cool. And then of course we have our anti-mage here who looks pretty decent too. And I did think the Timbersaw does look cool, but I guess he's not someone I can play well enough with without a lot more practice. And then I've pretty much seen everyone going with this guy for their costume for Earthshaker. But yeah, I'll be curious to see when they officially announce 7.2 for the next patch. Since that one came out the 18th, I believe. No, this one was released the 14th. So it's been at least 10 days since their last update, supposedly. It's definitely taking a while right now, isn't it? But oh well, not much you can do while you're waiting. Like as I said, go surf the net, chat with friends, uh, play other games that you enjoy, or just chat with me if you wish. But during these downtimes, there's not much else you can do. That's the challenge of queue times, depending on kind of what game you're playing, will be just how well things go. So just a sec while I go check on something on my phone here. Yeah, I rarely get voicemails, but when I do, I'm always curious what leaves them. 'Cause most machines don't normally leave messages at all. They normally just expect people to not even heard about them and just move on. Or, so uh I didn't really fully understand the voicemail, but either way, it's nothing I'm interested in or really care about. So I just deleted it and decided to move on.
Your turn to ban.
So let's see. So I wanted to either
5
do
seconds
Ricky
remaining.
or Night Stalker, depending. I'll just choose Ricky for now as my kind of what I'm showing here, and then we'll see kind of what else people choose. Because depending on what they choose is kind of what I'll go with. But hopefully our supports will choose first, because that's what we're hoping supports do.
Your turn to pick.
So um, we got Vengeful Spirit. So nothing big to worry about there. I'll let the
10
supports picks
seconds
first.
remaining.
I'm gonna wait before I consider
5
doing my picks.
seconds remaining. Your
I'm a bit
turn
surprised to
to pick.
see someone at ranked Guardian choosing IO, but if he knows what he's doing, then why not?
10 seconds remaining.
Of course, I'm wondering what Orange is gonna pick,
5
since he's of
seconds
support.
remaining.
How is Pudge support now? He's more of a mid laner or an off laner. Okay, we got oh yeah, and now they have a Spirit Breaker. He's definitely gonna be annoying to deal with. Especially if he charges me, so I'll have to try and be able to ult when I really need to disjoint him.
Your turn to pick.
Hmm. So we already picked up both Spirit and him. I'm wondering if I really should go Slark or not.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Your turn to pick.
Yeah, if mid or safe lane isn't gonna show their picks at all, then I'll just go ahead and pick. Yeah, I feel like going Slark just to try and deal with Bristle and Spirit Breaker. I mean, it looks like Brown just DC'd. And we got a PA. Fairly standard. Ah, great. Freaking PL. I wonder who would be good to choose for mid lane for PL. Well, technically Pudge could go mid if we really need to. Yeah, we got Tinker. I could at least do somewhat decent at Tinker as long as I can catch him. But the question would be if he picks up the Ethereal Blade or not. Yeah, definitely getting a Lincoln Sphere for this team would be good. You know, for Vengeful, for PL, for Spirit Breaker definitely, for Tinker. I guess Lena should be alright. Yeah, Tinker's gonna be mid, PL is definitely gonna be top. And those two definitely would be off lane, but Venge would be better top.
In I crawl.
But yeah, I'm not gonna predict our team winning quite yet.
Right.
It's in the bag.
So let's see though.
Nice one. I know I can trust you guys.
Let's see. So we got Pudge here.
More like it.
Yeah, depending on how things or like who I get teamed up with and all is if I go with the
30 seconds to battle.
I go
We got
with
a 3 bot.
Pounds or Essence Shift because both are pretty powerful on their own if you can play them right.
The battle begins.
Stay out of my way and maybe you won't get hurt. But I doubt it.
Well, this isn't
Now you're
too good looking now, is it?
right.
Yeah, only getting one bounty.
Yeah.
You're supposed to use the tango with the I guess extra healing.
Yeah, I know how IO works, thank you.
Denied.
My point is that I have 100% health, so a tank is not going to do anything to you right now.
I'll take that. Right through here. That's right. I got this one.
Oh well, it's good that we kind of have at least another carry in this anyways. And as long as I can try and get some decent farm, I should be alright, hopefully.
This way. We don't win a little fish. You sure? You sure? All part of the plan.
That's a good time for a hook, Pudge. You had plenty of chances right there. I'm not sure why you're not trying to take them.
Yeah,
I thought I should have had that kill.
Here, fishy, fishy. Oh, right. Don't get caught. That's right.
Well, that worked out pretty well at least.
It's a beatdown. Fins off. Right. Right. Now that's payback. Now you're talking. Nice one. Yeah.
You really should heal up more.
Come on. I won't hurt you.
I'm telling you, yep.
At least he got him.
And they're big.
Careful.
There we go.
There's no escape. Go on. This way. Right through here.
More fuel for my fire.
Yeah, the
I see.
hatchet here is definitely helping.
Right through here. Yeah. Oh, this is going swimmingly. Go on. Right. You're mine now. The pleasure. You're living.
Well, at least I got the kill. Darn it. Didn't realize he was coming back to stun me there, and then Vengeful showed up again.
Madness. You sure?
Spirit Breaker is living mid, so I hope whoever has the 24 lane is taking advantage of that.
That's right. There's no escape.
Hard to say we're against Bristle. He's pretty tanky.
Yeah. Wiggle, wiggle, little fish.
I don't think I can push.
Darn it.
Nice one.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Eat the fleet down. Use yours.
3 mid.
Well, at least I finally have my level 6 here.
Go on.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah.
Let's run, run, run.
Don't get caught. Here, fishy, fishy. I like it. Right.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Over here.
They could definitely save if they rush the tower.
Seriously, he still got that far? Damn it. Screwed up. Should have just ulted, but I didn't know he was still chasing me. Thought he was, thought it was just his illusions still going after me.
Let me out of here.
Hey, Pia, you wanna go?
There's no escape. Now you're talking. More like it. Yeah. Alright.
It'd be nice if someone came
Your
up top
bottom
or
tower
something,
is under
because
attack.
Go on.
Your
You're mine
bottom
now.
tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Your bottom
Stop moving so fast, Io.
Right through here. Nice one.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your top tower is under attack.
As I said, it'd be nice if
Are fortified.
I got some help up top or something.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen.
Okay.
Hey, Lena, you want to go top?
Yeah, can you relocate us up there, or you want me to?
Radiant structures are fortified.
Wiggle, wiggle, little fish.
Your top tower is under attack.
This way.
Your top tower
I was wondering what was taking so long to heal back.
Your top tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Now your turn.
Yeah, I definitely need a lot more,
Right.
Your middle tower is under attack.
All part of the plan. Nice one.
make my life easier.
Well, at least now I can finally go for my Shadow Blade here.
This way. Yeah. Right. Right through here. Wiggle, wiggle, little fish. Over here. Nice one. Now you're talking.
Stricken out. Your top tower is under attack. Divine.
Right.
Dire's courier has been killed. Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Your top tower is under attack.
Oh, that was really close.
That's right.
That's a bit of all right. Oh, that's nothing.
Now that's payback. This way.
I guess that's the only problem trying to deal with Phantom Lancer.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Watch SB, he's charging.
Not quite sure what was going on there. Seemed a bit confusing. We weren't really quite sure what people were doing or what was going on.
Yes, a thicker choking on it. That's right.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack.
Doesn't have his battle fury.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen.
Nice, nice.
Now your turn.
Your bottom shrine is under attack.
Right through here.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Nice one.
Nice.
Careful. Right. Anywhere but
I think once PA gets her BKB, we're like pretty strong and can actually start taking.
right. This way. More like it. That's right. Right. Right through here.
Your
All
bottom
part of
tower
the
is
plan.
under attack.
Yes.
Your bottom shrine is under attack.
Now you're talking.
Your bottom
Don't
shrine
get
is under
caught.
attack.
Try and take a bite.
Sure.
Your bottom shrine is under attack.
Yeah.
Your bottom shrine is under attack.
Don't get
Your
caught.
bottom shrine has fallen.
That's right.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has fallen.
All part of the problem.
Yeah, it's kind of. They mostly have the crowd control. You know, like whoever. Like we need someone to kind of counter PL really. Either that or one of I should have probably picked PL. Just so that he's not someone people you get to.
Assassination at its finest.
You have no buybacks. Walk down mid.
Your top barracks has fallen.
Yeah, we finally make a comeback, and you know we barely have a base left.
Nice one. You sure?
Dire structures are
There's
fortified.
no escape.
Seriously? They already picked those up? Or wait, this is...
It's chilly. Throw another hero on the fire.
What the hell? Wow. How did that happen? Because it still says he's here. Yet it said he just DC'd.
Your middle tower is under
Yeah, they can stun lock you pretty hard, that's for sure. But yeah, Tinker is pretty OP, that's for sure. And same with PL. We didn't really have anyone who could counter him at all. Like, we had some AoE that could deal with it, but overall, he knew what he was doing. I guess Slark just really isn't in much for the meta these days. Like, he can be good in certain games, but overall, like, unless he can get a really good early game, he just can't really go anywhere. Like, he doesn't really, like, he can't farm as strongly as other heroes can. Like, he has his farm ability with the Dark Pact, but it's not as strong as plenty of other heroes and their ability to. Like, I guess Sven, well, not Sven as much, but, you know, Luna, Sven, pretty much any hero that has AoE, like, Radiance would be pretty good. Especially in the early game. Then it's maybe not as powerful because it's not as, you know, because he just, as long as he keeps attacking, he keeps generating stuff. So that's always a problem sometimes. Not much you can do. But yeah, today I'm doing Dota 2. Tomorrow I might play something else or more Dota 2. It all depends on what I'm feeling for. Because I guess that's the other issue. Like, you can play one game a lot, but it doesn't always have enough content to keep you interested. Like, in some of the in that early game, I wasn't doing too bad against PL. It was just once, you know, Pudge kind of left and just kept going bot, not doing much for me top and all. It was becoming problematic. I probably should have maybe started roaming. But I guess that's kind of the issue. It feels like you can't really roam as easily with certain heroes compared to others. Like Ricky and Spirit Breaker, easy roamers. Pudge, he can roam only because he can hide in some trees and then grab people. And like did that once or twice, or he did that once for me in my lane, and that was it, which was pretty bad. But in the end, we just didn't have a way to deal with our friend PL and his crown control as much. Like, people weren't really using their abilities as they should have to try and get rid of all his illusions, because no matter how much health he gets, his illusions are still, take a lot more damage. So if you have a way of doing enough AoE damage to try and get rid of them, then, go for it. Otherwise, you're kind of screwed. Like, Slark really is bad for PL, since he's more of a single target hero. And unless you're keeping track of who you're hitting and which ones are giving you stats and which aren't, you're not really going to get very far. I feel like it's been taking a lot longer today with the matchmaking than usual. But sadly, I just have been having not been having much luck with my matches today. Yeah, so my last 3 matches, like I went with Timber for that one match, then Spirit Breaker, which didn't do so well, so I'll try and go with someone more suited for off lane than Slark, really. Like, Ricky's technically a bit better for off lane, so is Night Stalker. PL can be off lane, but he's better as a safe laner. Oh man. Yeah, sadly, because of my jet lag, I've been uh have been I didn't get as much sleep as I needed to today. It's always kind of annoying when that happens. Like, you'll have days when you can sleep really well and other days where you just wake up early and you just can't get this back to sleep. And not much you can do when that happens. And I don't really care for napping at all. It just throws off your sleeping schedule, and to me it just made me feel groggy afterwards. Didn't really help. So what's this music pack? The Fat Rat Warrior. Oh, that's kind of cool. So, trends for the last 8 weeks. Apparently a lot of people have been winning with Ricky. Interestingly. Like, I remember before it was mostly Spectre. But no one really seems to be playing Spectre as much. Or, oh yeah, he had a significant drop in win quite a bit. So maybe I should play Ricky next game, see how well that works out. Because I've had some good times with Ricky. Of course, I have to watch out for any of those heroes that can reveal my whereabouts. Holy crap, why is this taking so long? Freaking 8 minutes? Okay, I feel like I shouldn't just in case, but you know, like if you have to restart into the queue all over again, then it's gonna take another 5 minutes, and if you just waited a few more seconds, you might get finally getting into that match. But it sort of feels like the maybe something wrong happened with the queue, and I'll have to exit out and re back if I'm gonna actually get a win or at all or not. So let's wait until 9 here, and then I'll try and exit out and re back. Because it really shouldn't be taking this long if you ask me. Unless there's something wrong. Yep. Yeah, that was weird. Oh yeah, let's see if we can, if the queue time here works out better or not. Yeah, this is the only problem I have with Dota 2 is, you know, you have to wait 5 minutes for any queue to really work most of the time. But I'm sad to hear Telltale Games, the guys who pretty much did a lot of the visual novels or the Walking Dead games as well as a few others. Sadly, don't seem like are gonna be sticking around as much. But we'll see, kind of. You know, hopefully there'll be plenty of other people who pick up stuff at, you know, or who pick up the licenses for all the Telltale games, or the people who made them can continue on in other places. Sadly, I'm still just waiting for my queue to finally happen. Like, I waited 9 minutes and nothing. So hopefully restarting will do something, but I'm not quite sure how it works sometimes. I would think in the ranked roles matchmaking it would be a lot easier. Or it could be that I'm just in a, you know, that there's no one around and that I'll have to do something else for a while. which shouldn't be the case. But yeah, sadly you know, as I said, hopefully Telltale will be able to kind of be able to live on in its future games or through its people who made them. Of course, there are plenty of other games out there. It's kind of like, that really are pretty much like sometimes it really is a team that creates them, and other times it's really one guy who's pretty much, been able to gather everyone together for his vision. I feel like that's sort of how it works out for Golden Sun and the Ace Attorney games. I noticed um Ghost Trek, a fairly obscure or so sort of obscure game. Who knows how many people know about it now because of how many people like me keep saying how awesome Ghost Trick was on the DS. And you can pick it up on iOS now. That you should totally play it if you have the chance. It's only $5, I believe, or maybe more. I forget. But for the most part, Ghost Trick was developed by a studio whose most notable entries in the gaming industry have usually been a form of pitcross. Like at least from most of their resume that I saw, they mostly been working on pitcross games. Uh, but then the main designer from the Ace Attorneys came along, uh, decided, hey, let's do this game. I'm gonna work with you guys, and that's kind of what happened. They made an awesome game, and with that probably should have received more accolades than it did, and when it first came out, or more business at least, or something. And then he left, and then they returned to Pitcross games. So I'm curious to see or if there was any kind of interviews or documentation of their meetings of how when this team got together to make this game, how much of it was just this one guy doing it and everyone else was just along for the ride. And you wonder if that's kind of how it is sometimes with some games, is that it's pretty much thanks to this one guy that this game is able to be made by this studio, which is kind of how some games never get made because that one person isn't around to push them forward anymore. I guess that was the concern with Hideo Kojima and Kenji Inafune. Supposedly they were the main driving forces of their respective franchises. That with them leaving the main company that did it, they could no longer make those games or something. But of course, we're seeing a resurgence for Mega Man 11, and the Metal Gear games, I guess, have tried to make their way somewhere, but maybe not as successfully as it used to be. But then when you consider what Hideo Kojima's newest game, Death Stranding, is like, you know, like no matter where he goes, you'll see his stamp on a game somewhere. Like, 'cause I guess that was the funny thing in the Metal Gear games, at least for a lot of the trailers. You never saw the craziness, but you could tell, or you would know that as soon as you started playing his game, his craziness was there. And what the heck? Is the queues for this really down? Do I need to restart my game or something? I feel like that's what I need to do, because here I'm just sitting here waiting for over almost 20 minutes now. Just waiting to queue into a game that doesn't seem to happen for some reason. So I just leave and get a soda or some water or something. Or, well, if nothing happens at 10 minutes, I'm going to probably restart the game here and see if that fixes anything or not, because this is very weird for Dota. Like, it normally doesn't take this long to queue in. And I only have so many Dota matches in me before I'll have to finish up for the day, because sadly, I can only play so many games while I'm still recovering. Like I've noticed, you know, the way normally I can just play all day, but because of me still trying to recover the sleep I lost, I I seem to lose my ability to focus as well, which is never a good thing, especially for a competitive game like this. But in other news, Magic: The Gathering Arena is pretty much going through an account wipe right now, or in the sense that they're finishing up closed beta. Like they're kind of done being closed, and now be doing. Now the coordinator's finally updating itself after all this time. Do I need to restart the game? Like it would have been nice if it could have told me that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna restart the game at this point. Well, there doesn't seem to be any sort of update required right now, so hopefully it's just my imagination. Or no, wait, so, see, it's updating apparently, or something. Usually that's what it does if it's doing an update. When it's, yeah, updating Dota 2. Preparing to launch. Ready to launch in approximately umpty ump. So there was something that was needed to be done. It just didn't tell me. Well, let me go ahead and get some water and uh, some vitamins or something, and I'll be right back. Now that we're finally, hopefully, all updated and ready to actually play a match, and it would have been nice if it told me sooner. Yeah, there's all those things that, I didn't know until then. And now I have to wait 3 minutes just because of a match that I couldn't join because it kept, denying me. So, but let me just double check here. Okay, so I think it has updated me. And I just now need to wait for that stupid fail to join. Which I'm not really quite sure why that there should be a penalty for that. Because there can be plenty of valid reasons that you don't join a match when one ready's up. But, like, there's no loss of time. Or, well, there is a slight loss of time, but, like, the main thing is you didn't abandon a match. Or anything like that. Or nothing substantial has been lost. It's just a little bit of time that hopefully should be remedied by just re-queuing, which shouldn't take that long if you have a full team except for one guy. But now we get to wait for the next 2 minutes and 40 seconds for something that was out of my control. Not much I can do about that. Hmm. But yeah, it doesn't seem that there are any too big announcements, news-wise, going on right now. Yeah, a lot of the news I already looked up. There hasn't been anything new as far as I can tell going on. Hey, Ancient Secret, how's it going? No, nothing like that. I just failed to join a match because my queue times were ridiculous and I had no idea why they were going on for 10 minutes. So, uh, so I failed to join a match and it did this, so I now have to wait 5 minutes, or at this point 1 minute 20 seconds, to be able to join a new match. They're kind of stupid that way. Apparently I had to update the game client as well as the coordinator had to update as well, even though it somehow found me a match anyway. So, just one of the weird snafus you encounter when trying to play an online game. But it should be, I should be able to play shortly here. Yeah, I thought ranked roles is really nice. Tries to categorize people and try and get them kind of situated so people know what you're playing and what to play, and that you actually have a decent team dynamic. And thankfully I'll be able to start shortly here. Hopefully the queue times aren't too long. No, it wasn't because of ranked roles. It was my extra long queue times were originally because the game had trouble understanding that it had to update itself, but it didn't tell me right away, and so it was confused, I think. Ranked roles I think is actually a lot faster because, and if you're a off laner or a support, then you actually get faster queue times. I think they've set it up that way. Of course, you'll probably get a match a lot sooner if you're a support hero because there's at least two of those, whereas there's only one offlaner, one one offlaner, one mid, and one safe lane. Yeah, but there's quite a few people with Dota Plus, or even then. Yeah, I guess they have to have Dota Plus for it to work. Oh well. Well, there's a lot of people with Dota Plus now, especially with the Battle Pass gone. If people want to get their new costumes or things to do challenge-wise, like the Battle Pass does, they'll have to get Dota Plus, and it is fairly cheap, at least. But queue times usually range between 3 to 5 minutes anyway, so that's fairly normal. So my queue times haven't really changed depending from when I did, ranked games with ranked roles, really. Oh yeah, I think I only have maybe another match or two in me left because I think the jet lag is starting to hit me now. You ever get that feeling when like you have trouble focusing on something and it's mostly just because you haven't had enough sleep? That seems to be what I keep yeah, actually I've already ranked up. I'm at Crusader 3 now when before I was at Crusader 2. So, now I just need to make up some of my losses here to be able to get to the point where I can rank up to Crusader 4. It is kind of annoying that they still rely on the MMR, really, and that you can't be, like, say, stuck at a rank and be able to just, like, whenever you win, you continue on, and if you lose percentage, but you are stopped at, like, the 0% threshold for your rank that you're at. I would prefer that than how they have it set up right now. But thankfully we finally got a match going. There we go.
Your turn to ban. 5 seconds remaining.
Someone banned techies. Nah, I want to go Night Stalker. I feel like it's been a long time since I went Night Stalker. Oh, hey, we got a Treant Protector. I haven't seen them that often, weirdly enough. But now I've seen two in the last few matches I've been playing. Wait, why is our mid going Dazzle?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, also I already tried playing Timbersaw earlier today, and I'm not gonna. Oh, okay, what's with this dynamic here? Oh, okay, wait. Okay, Willow might be all right.
Your turn to pick.
So we got Jug, Marana, Treant Protector. So what's our safe late guy gonna go? Why hasn't he shown anything yet?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Your turn to pick.
No, I'm not taking any melatonin. I'm just making sure I am getting sleep. Or trying to get as much sleep as I can. Really, it just takes time. And maybe doing a little exercise doesn't hurt either. See. I'm not sure I care to play or use Spirit Vessel at all. I guess I'd rather get maybe a Halbert for Jug. Or a Halbert for our friend Legion here. Definitely gonna go for a Halbert. Or for an early Sanj. Along with my Aghanims like usual. Yeah, I should probably make sure I get out and not just spend my time in here like I normally do.
Your turn to pick.
I should probably change this. Yeah, the most... Well, yeah, it's still good to go for OD here. Well, once I chose some ranked roles, I figured I would do some off lane for a while, because that's what I originally started off with, and I was pretty good with. Um, you know, if I really need to, I think Phantom is more or less just another carry I can use for these matchups in case whoever chose the safe lane role or whatever we're dealing with, he really needs another one. But I also played a lot of Phantom Lancer, so for the most part I feel that I'm alright for now in terms of my role there. Let's see, oh yeah, I wanted to go for a Sanj. After my boots, of course.
I stalk my next meal.
I think he's probably gonna go for a Spirit Vessel, since he at least has the Wind Lace already.
Darkly now.
But yeah, I think I played a lot of Phantom Lancer, so I figured I would try to make sure I branch out to my other heroes and not rely singularly on him. Why is he going all the way down here? Oh, I guess he's just keeping an eye out over here. And apparently warding up here too. Oh, that's an interesting mask.
I like this word. Very nice. I'll remember that one.
The battle begins.
Ooh!
Oh, good. I kept Pudge alive. That really helps. Yeah, that's what I noticed. I thought about going with him, but he seemed a bit too squishy for this team here. And I figured with Pudge or with Morph and OD and Disruptor, we were probably fine for now. Like, I think as I said, I hadn't been doing as much with Night Stalker as I used to, and he was one of my well-played heroes and favorites, so I figured I'd play him for a match since it'd been a long time. I'm sure they'll do something if they keep an eye on the trend, and they're pretty good about trying to get changes made. Ah, crap. I'm not quite sure why he was going that way. I keep forgetting how hard that freaking Treant hits. Oh, and he just came with a ward for us to use. I'll probably have to heal up or something. Yeah, that's always the question.
Your middle tower is under attack.
You know, for the most part, like, keep an eye on the meta, but overall just kind of play what you like and try and keep it to the so that you're actually good with them. Because countering a hero can only go so far if you don't know how to play him. This is kind of an annoying lane already. Oh yeah, I forgot to get a mango. I normally get a mango, don't I? There we go, I'm at least nighttime now, so... Yeah, it's sadly just not working that well for us right now. We're just sort of annoying them more than killing them. But he does have a Treant protector that always kind of creates problems. I feel like I should get a hatchet. That was off. Oh yeah, sadly this isn't working out as well as it normally does. But, you know, Pudge I think at this point should just be roaming anyway, and I'll focus on taking care of things down here. Oh, come on. He shouldn't have been able to keep up.
Your middle tower is under attack.
But I'm definitely not gonna stick around, that's for sure. But at least I do. After healing up, I should be able to pick up my phase boots and be able to outrun him.
Dark wings.
Your bottom tower is
Let's
under
queue up
attack.
the next item. Actually, I'll just work on the Sanj a bit here. Like, I wouldn't mind to see if I could at least get to Archon 3, maybe? Like, I don't know if I can hit Legend before the end of the season. I should probably think about picking up Dust, just in case he tries to get away from me. Darn it. Oh, come on. Really annoyed with that.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Okay, I guess Pudge is just gonna run around and do his own thing. I'll try and at least keep trying to ignore him, but at this point I feel like all I'm gonna do is potentially feed him if things don't go well. Well, at least I've got my ult now. Yeah, you're a bit late for the grab, Pudge. Oh, so much for that helping. I definitely need dust for our friend here.
You gotta like banish her first so I can throw.
Well, at least I should be able to do something with my abilities soon. It would help to go after someone who's a little less
You're
tanky.
actually awful, dude. Don't play Pudge, please. Ever.
Oh, well, I should probably go and do some hunting here. I don't get why Disruptor here is trying to farm. Can he really move that? Oh, it's the phase boots. Of course. What was Pudge doing down bot? Oh well, whatever. I'm too tired to be angry or to really be pissed off or whatever right now. It's still too early to assume anything just yet. Oh, seriously? Whoa, what the heck? Of course, he already has a Maelstrom. No wonder she was hitting so much hard.
What do you want from me? I just came in, you got me killed.
Yeah, sadly, our OD here wasn't able to win mid there. Like, if we can get some of the right items and survive until late game, I think we should be able to do something, because both Morph and OD are pretty powerful. Oh, I didn't realize the Nyx was still around. But it doesn't help that we're not getting much help from the other players. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Like the last two games I've played, People have picked Pudge for some reason as a support hero, which I don't quite understand. Like, sure, there's roaming support, but unless you're really good at him, you really shouldn't be playing Pudge. At least that kind of looks cool. But we'll see. Hopefully our Morpheer can get some really good farm. Well, at least he didn't win that. But yeah, the biggest thing is they have a lot of root. Or, let's see, we got the stun from Mirana, the stun from Nyx, the duel from Legion, and the root from Treant. And so we have my mini stun, his silence, Pudge's... Actually, I haven't even seen Pudge ult. I guess that's what I'm kind of missing here. There we go. Well, at least we got something going.
Your top tower has fallen.
I'm under attack.
It'd be nice if this Pudge could have hooked me over. Just in case.
You couldn't tell that was bait? That's hilarious.
Yep, pretty much. Of course, our problem is like, why does he have one in the shop and why he hasn't gotten any sentries? Just for the most part, this Pudge sadly isn't very good as in his role. Wish they made sentries not cost 100. Yeah, this OD isn't doing so hot either. And this pudge still sucks too. Well, I tried to do something there, but it doesn't really help if someone else kills them. But yeah, like, sort of feels like unless this game goes to super late game and people pick up what they need, then I don't think we're gonna win this at this rate.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Like, we pretty much have to turtle because people are severely under-leveled and under-farmed.
Holy shit. And you don't even have an item finished, Green. Holy fuck, you lost mid so fucking hard. Good God.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how an OD should have lost against a Marana.
I haven't seen you hit a single hook, dude. Why are you talking? Yeah, he is on comms. Like, I banished you. You came in, you asked for a banish. I banished you, and you missed the hook still. Like, why are you even playing Pudge? Honestly.
Yeah, maybe, but don't hold your breath.
This is comical, dude.
Yep, there's the team. Or there's two of them at least. Did he actually lose the... Seemed like he lost the silence. Yep, all thanks to Carry Marana. People kind of definitely doubt that she can carry, but she can if you play her right, but mostly only because of just how early game she got. It's ridiculous. Right, sadly, there's not much I can do. Because I would just killed either way. And this Outworld, sadly, would be much, much better if you could get a good ult in. It would only work if he actually had any intelligence. I didn't think he could attack that quickly, but it looks like he got some of his items. But mostly just because he's actually gotten wins. Like this Legion I don't think is really that good, but he at least can play competent enough with his team. It's mostly this Marana here with the Treant and Jug. I think were the best players. Everyone else was alright. And then Pudge and OD were pretty bad. Like, I think Disruptor seemed alright, same with Morth, but it's just pretty ridiculous how this game worked out. Oh well, I'm thinking I'm gonna call it. Sadly, I just don't seem to be having much luck and I'm running out of focusing power. So thanks everyone for joining me today. Hope to see you again tomorrow, and until next time, have fun gaming.